Well, it's that time of year again, or in this case, the first time in 2 years when we get to celebrate or bemoan the first day of school. I suppose that would depend on whether you're a student or a parent, but either way, Rock and Roll High School Campfire Edition. I made you a chord chart. Go get it. It'll make your life a lot easier, and it's free, RyanLStudios.com/show notes, but the title, of course, is in super secret backwards code, so no ne'er-do-wells can horn in on our useless information. The opposite of Rock and Roll High School is, of course, smooth jazz kindergarten. And you have to tune your guitar a half step down, but don't do that at your campfire. I'm just doing it now in case we're playing along with the song. Me and you. So E becomes E flat, A becomes A flat, D becomes D flat, G becomes G flat, B becomes B flat, and E becomes E flat. Each string is one fret, one half step lower than it used to be. Let loose a dramatic D. Each letter on this paper, unless otherwise noted, is worth 4 beats. So, when the G ramps up, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 sets of 4 beats, and then the singing starts. I'll go slow. C. C. Rock, rock, rock and roll high school. F. F. C. C. A minor. I just wanna F. A minor, F, here's where it's quick, C, A minor, F, then G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was kind of weird because we've been all divisible by 4 there until we reached that 3 sets of 2 beats in the C, A minor, F, but then the G is back to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. We'll call that the verse. The second verse is exactly the same as the first verse, starting up on those C's at the top until you get to the quick chords. The bracket chords, as you see, I wrote it underneath, and a G joins the other 3, making it now 4 sets of 2. Rock, 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 rock and roll high school again. And then 2 C's, which is that super quick guitar solo. Let's take just a moment to talk about that chord progression C, A minor, F, G, and extra appreciate the Ramones. This chord progression is also known as 1, 6, 4, 5 because C is the first chord in the key of C, which is the key we're in. That makes sense. A minor is the 6th one, F is the 4th one, and G is the 5th one. If you're in whatever key, it's known as 1, 6, 4, 5. The chords are just different. But that chord progression has a name. It's called the ice cream changes, or the ice cream progression, because it has been deemed the single most pleasing chord progression in all of musicdom. And in the 50s, 1 out of 2 songs was just that chord progression over and over and over again, and most bands have a song or 2 or 5 that are just 1, 6, 4, 5, but the Ramones, they stuck it in the middle there. They didn't make it the whole point of the song, but they put it in there. I appreciate that. Fun, fun. G, C. Again, G, C. Oh, baby, F. This is great. C, A7. You could play regular A if you want. I like A7, and I love this change. Let's keep talking about changes because that C note in your C chord goes up 1/2 step to C sharp when you change from C to A. And then our ice cream changes twice. But the third time something curious happens, we've got a key change. The chord changes to D, B minor, G, A. We're going to talk about that now. As your teacher, I have a fiduciary responsibility to make you think. We've got a key change in the song, but the chord progression doesn't change. You'll see at the bottom I've written C plus 1 equals D. What do I mean by that? I mean C, the chord, whatever. We're going to move it up a whole step, and it becomes D, because C, C sharp, D. A whole step is moving up 2 frets. So C becomes D. A minor plus 1 equals B minor. F plus 1 equals G. And G plus 1 equals A. So now the chords we're dealing with aren't C, A minor, F, G. It's D, B minor, G, A. That is in our key of D now. Again, 1, 6, 4, 5. And the song is going to do the same stuff it's already done, but it's going to be in the key of D now. So I want you to look at this paper, and when you see C, I want you to think C plus 1 equals D. I'm playing D. And when you see F, I'm playing G. When you see A minor, I'm playing B minor. And when you see the last one, what's left, G, I'm playing A. I'm making myself think too. Okay, the rest of the song. All right, so we're doing a verse, but we're in the key of D now, and it's like the second verse, whereas there's the 2 sets of ice cream changes there at the end. Here we go. I'm going to look at the wrong letters and say the right letters, so we're in the same boat. D. Rock, rock, rock and roll high school. G. Back to D. I just wanna B minor, G, B minor, G, ice cream, D, B minor, G, A again, and hang on D for 2, and that's the little solo this time in our new key. Fun, fun in our new key. A, D, A, D, oh baby G, this is great, D and A, 7 plus 1 is B7, that's A2, D1, G2, and baby E2. This is my favorite open chord, and this is another little glance at that really cool progression, and here's another way to think of it. From D to B, it's like the Leisure Suit Larry thing or something, right? And then the ice cream changes. 4 times this time. And on D, and that's how you campfire rock and roll high school. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're on the correct side of the bemoaning, and I will see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.